Hi there, Capricorn. It's Sarah from Palace Tarot, and I am here to do your reading for this full moon cycle here in Taurus in November, and it's the next lunation cycle into December. So I've already cut and shuffled the cards. I'm not doing that on camera anymore because my table's wobbling all over the place, and nobody wants to deal with that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it for you here. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got a lot going on here in Capricorn. Oh my gosh. And it's funny, I'm going to say something here. I think this guy has appeared in everybody's reading except for Sagittarius. Okay? I could be wrong. There could be like one other so far besides that, but everybody's had this guy. So we really need to, I might even do a separate video on him at this point. But let's talk about this Page of Pentacles here. Because the Page of Pentacles is kind of this immature energy that's coming in, but he's someone that is really interested in mixing in, seeing the deeper spiritual lessons that are behind what's going on here in the mundane aspects of our lives, okay? Which is one of the reasons why I'm saying that we've all been learning a lot of lessons this Scorpio season, because one, that's what Scorpio season is for, and two, that's what the Page of Pentacles is really about, to me, at least in this context. And man, Capricorn, you need some serious grounding here before your birthday. I'm going to say that right now. So it kind of looks like you've got a lot of situations up in the air. So let's see if we can talk about some of that, because it's going to kind of snowball, pardon the pun, as we get closer to your birthday, it kind of looks like here. So we do have one major, and it's in the middle here as your advice card, but I'll get to that. So like I said, we're talking about that Page of Pentacles here, crowning the reading, taking spiritual lessons, a deeper meaning from the mundane that happens around us, and integrating those and seeing how we can utilize those in a practical way, because Capricorn, you are a very practical sign at heart, okay? Now at the bottom though, we have, once again, this guy's been showing up a fair amount too, the Four of Swords. Is kind of an unknown about the situation. It is upright, but it's kind of not really an unknown in this situation if we've got the Page of Pentacles here, because as I said again, this is really the pick your battles kind of card. It's not time for you to be up and doing any of these things. It's kind of a lull period for you right now. And there's some other cards here that indicate that as well. So it's almost like you're an airplane in a holding pattern, just kind of circling a lot of things, trying to assimilate things and figure out what your next move should be. And that's exactly what this spread looks like to me. So as your strength here, and this is kind of funny, this has showed up already, is the Eight of Wands reversed. Okay, that's what it looks like in this deck. Okay, now this card shows up reversed a lot during Mercury retrogrades. It's like my Mercury retrograde card, actually, because it represents all the energy and situations and people and any kind of circumstances coming into its lives. It's a bunch of energy coming at you, but you've got so much going on already, again with this page here, trying to assimilate things that have already happened. You're like, hold on a minute, I'm not really quite ready for more just yet. So the strength that I see here, because this is in a strength position, is because you've already started this process, Capricorn, because you are practical, because you know that you do need that time out with the Four of Swords to collect your thoughts. Once you're ready, when Mercury goes direct on the 20th and we get out of the Mercury shadow, you're going to be in a much better place to assimilate even more lessons from the universe, to accept more bountiful, an abundance into your life as you get closer to your birthday. So I actually think you're gonna have a really good birthday here. Now, as your fall position here, we have the Queen of Swords. You know, I don't know that I necessarily feel her as a fall for you, because I think the Queen of Swords really gets a bad rap, because she's all about cutting toxic people out of your life, speaking your truth, that sort of thing. And so I really feel like she might be an aspect of your personality that you're not really exercising right now. Maybe you don't really feel like that's part of what he's doing. He's not speaking, he's writing, he's creating, he's doing, and recognizing. And so the Queen of Swords is someone, that could be a good writer, actually, now that I think about it, because swords are can be associated with written messages, certainly, and that type of communication. So Capricorn, it might be a good time for you to really just kind of sit down and start paying attention to the details of the lessons that you do have already, like you're doing, and just continuing with that process and keep going with it. And I know with the Queen of Swords here in the fall position, you might be tempted to take some of this new stuff that's coming at you and just take your sword and be like, no, I'm not having that. Well, the reality is we have to take what the universe is throwing at us. It's going to keep happening. I like to say universe is going to universe. It's still going to keep going on. So even though there might be a temptation to withdraw from that situation or to reject any new influxes of energy and circumstances and people in your life, it's not necessarily the case just because you feel overwhelmed right now, okay? You might have to work really hard on grounding yourself. And the reason I say that is because your advice card here is the Hangman in the middle. I don't particularly care for his posture in this deck, but this deck is very, very gothy and very much in fitting with Scorpio season, so I kind of like playing with it this time of year. So the Hangman here, he's really someone that's kind of a non-conforming figure, which is funny because Capricorn, you're the cardinal earth sign, so you're kind of known sometimes for being like solid, earthy, grounded, which we're not seeing here with this Eight of Wands reversed, kind of stick in the mud type, which is definitely not the Queen of Swords either. So, we have this Neptune trump here that can be associated with Pisces, the Hangman. And so this speaks again to that holding pattern kind of that I was talking about earlier that you kind of seem to be in. It's not a comfortable position for a sign like yours. Absolutely not. Sucks. I'm just going to say that quite frankly. And it's probably going to be going on for a while, okay? So, and you may be tempted to try to escape out of it, kind of like I was saying with the Queen of Wands, just use your sword to slash those other wands coming your way. You need those. And you'll realize it later once you get through the lesson of the Hangman, and you'll want those, so you don't want to lash out at them, okay? So please don't do that. But don't lash out at yourself either. Don't walk away from your responsibilities. Keep doing the work that you're doing, okay? Because you're going to feel ungrounded, okay? So you need that. You need to be able to collect your thoughts, to write things down, to sort through things as they come to you, okay? And realize that it's going to feel overwhelming for a while, and that need to retreat. You can give yourself little breaks from it, like here with the Four of Swords, to kind of assimilate all that stuff as it's coming at you. But ultimately, that's not your karma. Okay, your karma is to really receive all of that and be able to sit with it. Okay, to sit with it and be grounded in all that energy, which is going to be an incredibly difficult task for you. But that's the lesson here with the Hangman. This is something that he's chosen, and he isn't a very conventional figure, but he has something to teach you. And because this is the energy that you're not really used to dealing with, this is something that you need to look at and you cannot escape from. Okay, I know that Neptune's going direct soon, and people are going to want to, maybe break sobriety, maybe want to overindulge over the holidays and get away from some of those feelings that make them uncomfortable. Don't. Because Capricorn, ultimately, to your benefit, you need to assimilate all of this information, all of these new experiences and people into your life. You're going to need them, okay? And it'll do you a world of good. Until next time.